What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the 1946 Ford F-50 pickup truck, modded in by SaQSoN. This is a beautiful little mod. Well, it's looking it so far. Obviously, it's in a very, very sorry state. Let's get fully into it. 306,000 kilometers on this standard edition truck. Very bad condition. We did get it from the auction house where we got a little ripped off, nothing too bad. I bought it for 4,807 and could sell it for 3,759 as it is, but we'd be losing out on just over 1,000 profit, which I don't want to do. So we're not going to do that now. We're going to work on this engine. This one does come with the i6 overhead valve engine with 164 horsepower. Nothing special, but we will be increasing that today with some performance parts. Speaking of that engine, well, it is actually missing. There is no engine in this car today to work on. By the looks of this, the engine bay is completely empty as well, and a lot of the suspension is missing. So we do have a lot to get stuck into with this truck today. Looking pretty cool, but let's get over to the car wash. Let's get this one cleaned up, and let's get started. Here we are at the car wash with our little F-50. Let's see what colour it is underneath all of this dirt, dust, and grime. Hopefully not too bad. Let's have a look. So it's just a black, just a flat black, looking pretty suave in flat black though. Let's get the interior done. Let's get it back on the lift. And then let's find out what we are missing from this engine bay, as there is nothing in there to strip. As there's no engine to rip out of this one today, let's just jump straight in and see what we are missing. Everything by the looks of that. But let's go into this view and see what we are missing. So we are missing a radiator, the power steering reservoir, battery, brake servo, the fuse box. Not a lot in that engine bay, not too bad. Obviously, we are missing that fuel tank as well, and all of the exhaust running front to back. Not too bad, though. Easy replaced. Let's just get underneath this. Can I take this wheel off? Let's get this one remaining wheel off. Out you come. Let's check out the suspension setup and what we are missing for the rest of the car. This one looks all right because the wheel is on, so we should have everything on here. The wheel hub bearing, the outer tie rod, the inner tie rod, the sway bar end links. That is all there, as you can see, obviously, and the hubcap as well. Let's just go over to the other side. Let's change view. So we are missing the brake pad, the brake caliper, the shock, the upper suspension arm, the inner and outer tie rod. But we do have the sway bar end link, and we do have the wheel hub bearings and the hubcap. So it's not too bad at the front. Let's jump down the back. Obviously, we're missing that drum brake, but that's not too bad. Both of the U-bolts and the shock absorber, but that side isn't bad at all. Let's check over the other side. The shock absorber again. We do have the U-bolts this time, so that's good. Missing another bearing, obviously, bushing. We are going to be missing the two at the front from that one as well. And we're also missing a brake shoes and the brake drum on this one, but it's not too bad. Along with that exhaust, we need to replace all of that as well, so we need to get that sorted out. But I'm just going to get all of this stripped off, and then we are going to just strip the body next, because there isn't a lot to do on this one, because a lot of it is missing. So I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to start getting all of this stripped off. I'll meet you back here in a minute when we'll strip down this body. That is all the mechanical parts of the beautiful F-50 completely stripped down. And just before we strip off this body, let's just go and double check the engine we will be building today. i6 overhead valve. Let's go and have a look. I just had to make sure I was getting it right then. No, I know that. I've pressed the wrong button. There we go. i6 overhead valve. Where's the i6? It's just that one. This lovely blue engine is the one we will be working on today. Bit of a beast. To just come out of that screen. Look at the size of that. Oh, it's very thin, I suppose. It is quite chunky, though. But that is the one we've got to be working on today. We'll have to come back to that one a little bit later. But let's get back to this truck and let's get all this bodywork stripped off. Again, no idea where to begin with this one. This is my first time playing around with it. What have we got here? Is the engine cover. I would have totally missed that. Thought that was just part of it. Let's carry on. There's a door. Anything around here? Tail, trunk, tailgate. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Rear right fender there. And is that the lot? No interior by the looks of that at all. So that should be it. Let's have a look. We're in the engine information. 1%, that's a good sign. And there we go. I have definitely got everything off of there. Very cheap vehicle. Just under 5 grand I paid for it. So I'm going to say, it's very bad state, 850,000. Still can't get that right. Never mind. While that's just loading through there, we'll get that sorted. Let's go and take a look at the shop for this beautiful F-50 truck. Nothing overly fancy in this one. Kind of like it like that, though. It is just part for part replacement, straight up. So anything I don't have, I know I can just go and straight out buy. We just need to go and figure out which license plate we want, which is a good thing. I'm going to get this put away. I'm going to go repair the body panels I can repair, what little came off of it, and buy the bits that I need. I'll see you in a bit. It's time to jump in to getting all of that bodywork back together. But just before we do that, do remember to come and join us on Discord. Come and say hi. Maybe enter one of our glorious competitions. We've got the Bolt Cape Mark IV coming up next. Well, it's actually up live now. Get your entries in. Get your voting on. You will see at the end of this episode, I have got my one ready. It is in the shop ready to go. It's just in the parking. I'll move it over before the end. So you'll see a glimpse of mine at the end of today. And then on Wednesday, obviously, I will get that one uploaded or the game played in here. So you'll be uploaded now to see. Wednesday is the last day of the competition. So if you do want to enter, get in and get on there by midnight on Wednesday. That's UK time this Wednesday coming. The voting go through into Thursday, and then the winner announced on the Friday, and then on my channel on the following Monday will be the winner announced for the Bolt Cape Mark IV. So do come and join us for that. Come and take some time, have some fun. But we do need to get this beautiful F-50 truck back together. Let's just start getting it all back on. Obviously, I did have to buy some of this. It was just completely missing from the truck anyway. Not that you can tell, because the base colour is very similar to what actually comes on the parts when you order them. So never mind. On goes with the headlights. Front bumper, let's get that windshield on. Did I just throw a broken one in? I did. I forgot to go and dismantle them. Let's just try and throw a good one in. There we go. In with the door. In with the mirror and a window there. On you go. I still got the bad windows there as well. Rear quarter panel or rear fender. Trunk tailgate. There's the rear bumper. Then we've got the rear lights. In you go, in you go. And then that last fender onto there. Then we just got the door, the window, and the mirror to go in here. Make sure I get all of these right. And obviously that rear window, don't forget that one. Let's throw the interior in. What does that look like? There's something hanging down there. Is that just part of the car? Shouldn't be something there. Anyway, not that I'd noticed that before. Let's get you in. So the seat is the Cape front bench. I tried putting a different one in. It doesn't work, so I don't know if you can put anything else in there. But I tried some of the other front benches. It didn't work. And I decided to keep it at the Cape steering wheel. Actually fitting as I was just talking about the Cape. Anyway, but let's move on. We've just got some license plates to go. I've gone for some retro black ones with the VMF50 written on them. Looking pretty cool on there. Get you on there as well. Looking pretty sweet. Is that all of it? 95. I know what I'm forgetting. Let's get this hood open and let's get that engine cover in there as well. In you go. Now that should be everything, and we now should be ready to head over to the paint shop. 100%, 100%, 100%. Let's head over to the paint shop. I'll see you there right now. Here we are then with the F-50 in the paint shop. Let's check out some of the liveries that SaQSoN has put in here. Slot number 1, we've got this burgundy red trim around the front fender, around the front grille or the front end, and then on them rear fenders. Not looking too bad, quite liking that. Slot number 2 is the same, but in a deep blue. Slot number 3 is a rat look. Loving that. That looks awesome. That proper looks like it's been out in England in the sun for way too long, just absorbing all of the moss and moisture around it. Slot number 4 is the burgundy, but with red pizza, the biggest pizza in your town. Sweet. Not going to go for that one, but looking cool. Then we've got the rat look one with the red pizza logo. That's looking pretty cool as well. Slot number 6 is your old or auto repair trusty. With the burgundy fenders as well on there. Slot number 7, same again, with the old garage logo and then the rat look. Slot number 8 is for us to make our own livery, so you can get all the curves and bumps and ditches in there. And then slot number 9 is this beautiful little matte green army sort of style. That's why I said matte green, it's because I'm on matte. Let's just stick it back to gloss. But not really... I like a lot of them. They are really nice. I do like these, but I was hoping for something a bit more pastel color, a bit lighter, a bit more surfy vibes. So I think I'm going to go and edit one of these or make my own version of one of these with a few lighter colors, see what we come up with. I'll be back in just a few moments. I'm going to go out of the game, create a livery, come back in, and I'll see you in just a little while. Here she is then, looking fantastic. All I did was open up one of these in my photo editing software and changed the color of these strips to this lovely light blue. And then re-uploaded it as a different file and then got this with the white body finished in that beautiful matte coloring. This is a matte white with that lovely white or light matte blue on there. Looking pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. And as we've got that blue engine, well, as I've seen so far, the images of the blue engine, I'm hoping we can get that engine maybe this blue. Maybe not do too many performance parts because this one definitely isn't going to be about speed today. It's just going to be about looks. Maybe we can match that blue into the engine there with a couple of white bits on top just to make it really pop. That's what I'm hoping for. Probably something similar with the suspension, a mixture of this blue and this white in here, just to look as cool and sweet as we can. That is the look I'm going for. I really, really am liking that. I think it looks absolutely sweet. But I'm going to move this one back into the shop. I've got to get a few parts painted. Next up, though, we'll get that suspension all reassembled after it's painted. And this truck is looking absolutely stunning. I'm so happy with it. That's everything painted, hopefully to match the car. Let's check out these shocks. I've gone for the main shock in a white with the spring in that lovely blue there. Looking absolutely incredible. Very happy with how they've turned out. And it hopefully is matching the car in that lovely blue and white combo we've got going on. So let's start throwing some of the colour on. You can see I've already got all of these non-coloured bits on. So the upper and lower arms are both in that white. They are in a pearl white just because these metal pieces don't look so good in the matte. They do come out a lot better in the pearl. So I've done them in the pearl white. The shocks themselves, they are in that matte colouring throughout. So let's get that sway bar front end link on. No front central cross member on this one today. We've got a brake caliper. I've tried to match that in the blue. In fact, that's not far off. I'm quite pleased with that. And then we've also got a blue hubcap on there as well. That's the front end finished, or at least half of it. Let's go and check out how the back's going to look down here. On you go. I've done that one in the blue. Again, a pearl blue, not matte, because the pearl looks a lot better on these metal surfaces. Then we've got the leaf spring. Just done that one in the white. Then the plate in the blue. And then the U-bolts in the white. Just for a bit of randomness in that colour there. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Happy with that. And then the shock absorber is also in the matte blue. Looking lovely. Let's get these rubber bushings on here. One for you and one for you. In you go. And then we've got the knuckle housing to go. And none of this is coloured. At least I don't think it is. No, none of this is coloured. So we'll just get it all back on and get it up till finished. Then I'll get the other side done. And then we'll take a look at it. And hopefully then it should all be finished up looking pretty sweet. That's the rear end. Let's get away from that. And yeah, the blue and the white, such a good colour combination. And I've done a pretty good job of matching that blue to the white, blue to the fenders there and the bodywork. The brake caliper, not so much, but the spring itself is a pretty close match. Looking pretty sweet. I'll get on and get the other side all completely finished. Oh, then after that, we'll get on and get this engine bay sorted. There isn't a lot in there today, but then we'll go and build that beautiful i6 engine afterwards. What is happening? I seem to be forgetting loads of parts. That's obviously the little cap bit that goes in with the brake calipers. I just forgot it today, so I'll go on and get that bought. I'll get the rest of this finished off. I'll meet you in the engine bay in just a few moments. Try to do it again. There it is then, the suspension all finished, looking great in that blue and white. Very happy with how that turned out. It is looking absolutely incredible, but we do need to get on and get this engine bay sorted. Not much in here today, though, so it should be nice and simple. In with the radiator, in with the power steering reservoir. Then we got the brand new battery to go in, the brake servo, and then the fuse box. Now, this is only a little fuse box. I have done that one in the blue to match up, to throw a bit of splash of colour inside this engine bay. Not that I think it's going to be missing it when the engine goes in, but that is for a little bit later on. Let's just get the rest of this fuse box done, and then we can go and start working on that beautiful engine. Got to get that fuel tank in, but I'll get that in a little bit when I hopefully do the gearbox later and the drive shaft, which I do think I need to go and buy, actually. I haven't got one of them yet. But that is the engine bay all finished, and you can just see that fuse box is just a splash of their colour, a very close colour. Is that quite matching it? Maybe a little bit bluer, but it still looks pretty sweet for in there so far. Now, let's go and build that beautiful engine. And now it is the blue engine. And I have, well, kept it a blue engine. It's just an ever so slightly different blue now. Let's have a look. I'm hoping this matches the blue on that body when it goes in, because it looks pretty great. Going to get all of this underside bit in. You got the camshaft in there, and then the crankshaft on as well. All the clutch setup, all of the pistons, all of the rod caps, and all of the crankshaft bearings. I'll get all of these in now. We'll get the engine up the right way, and then we'll check out all of the colours that are in this beautiful engine today. I'm really hoping it matches. It looks so good on the stand, and in the paint shop it looks stunning. So I'll see you in just a moment when I've got all of this underside assembled. There we go then. The engine block and that oil pan look absolutely stunning in this blue colour. Very happy with how it turned out. Let's start getting a few of these bits on though. Got the ignition coil. We got the distributor in white just to throw it off a little bit, along with the oil filter also in white. Let's get this fuel pump on. In you go. And we'll get these couple of arms on here as well, so we can start bolting everything else to them. In you go in there. 1, 2, 3. Let's finish this ignition distributor. We've got a white rotor, because why not this time? I just felt like doing it. And then another white cap on there with some of these lovely blue clips. Now, these are a little darker, but that's just because of the metal finish they are. Still looking pretty sweet on with the fuel filter. And let's just get this cam gear on. Let's get all of this front end finished off, on with the timing chain, and then we should have another timing cover again in that blue. There is a lot of that on this engine. It is looking stunning. Let's get this water pump in. I have done that in white just for good measure. It looks pretty awesome, along with the alternator in white and the power steering pump also in white there. You can paint a lot on this engine, and it looks great so far. On with that crankshaft pulley, then the water pump pulley. And then we should get the belts done. And this should be the front of this engine done. And we'll just be able to move on and get that head finished. Just got the radiator fan. I have done that one in a matte white. It isn't the best colour. Maybe I should have done it in gloss. But it's still looking pretty cool. That's most of it done. We're just going to move on to this top end. Now for the engine head today, I haven't gone for performance parts because I wanted it coloured. And that blue looks absolutely fantastic. Absolutely pleased with that. It looks so, so good. Get you on there, and then what I need to do is I need to get all of these valve push rods in, along with all of their rocker arm covers and the spark plugs down here. I won't make you sit and watch all of that. I'm just going to crack on and get that done. I'll be back in a second. Last push rod are just going in, and then the rocker arm on top, and then I should be able to get that head cover on. Now, I have done the head cover in white just to keep up with the theme of this entire build. That blue and the white together looks so, so good. We'll get these ignition wires in. They are in the blue just to sort of break up the blue and the white there. Then we've got the exhaust manifold. Couldn't be painted, but is performance parts in its lovely shiny chrome there. And then we've got the intake manifold that could be painted. So I did that one in that beautiful white just to sort of match off with it. We've got a carburetor also in the white there, looking pretty great. And then we've got the air filter base back in the blue with the performance air filter. And then the air filter cover on top. And that is this engine completely finished. Let's just come away and go back in so we can get a nice angle at the whole thing. Looking absolutely beautiful. I just need to grab a picture because I haven't got one of this yet because I haven't built it up. And then we'll get it dropped in the car and see how well I did at matching these colours. I'll see you in just a second. Completed the engine photo shoot, so now let's get it dropped into the Ford F-50. I'm really excited about how this engine looks. Let's get you in. Hopefully you are looking great. Probably actually can't see it at this height. Oh, I can just... Oh, look at that. That colour is so close. In fact, that is almost perfect. That is looking absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to get this one on the ground so I can see it a bit better. It's a bit high at the moment to see fully in. But let's get it up in the air. Let's get the gearbox, the starter, and the drive shaft in. Then I can crack on and get these wheels finished. Now, obviously, we've still got performance parts on this today, but we haven't gone too over the top. There's the gearbox in that matching blue. I'm not expecting a speed champion today. Lovely white starter. And then we'll get that drive shaft on. And the fuel tank. I can't believe I've still not done that yet. So in with you, in with you. All of the exhaust is in there. We know we're not going to get high performance. So I might put some white walls on this one today and hopefully keep it straight down the track. We will find out in a minute. But that is most of this car together. Just the wheels to do, some liquids to top up. So I'll see you outside in the sun in a few minutes when this one is all completed. Hopefully looking fantastic. Here we are then, all finished with SaQSoN's beautiful Ford F-50 pickup truck. I've given it a light blue tint on the windows there, not so much on the front. Only 20 on the sides and backs and 5 on the front there, just to give it a nice little summer vibe. This is sort of my summer vibes truck. That's why I've gone for some bright pastel colours on this one. Well, colour, should I say. Just the one blue and then white filling it in. I love the wooden truck bed. It looks absolutely stunning. SaQSoN, you have done a great job. A link is in the description below. Head over to the Steam Workshop. Grab this one yourself or search for the Ford F-50. It will come up, and obviously there are some other liveries in there as well. Looking absolutely great. Onto the wheels. For the wheels today, I've gone for the Rim Retro 11. Looking pretty sweet. Sort of giving a nice vibe. If I was doing this truck myself, and if I was doing it again, I would definitely lower this truck down a little bit and definitely bring that front down a bit further. It sticks up just a little bit too high for me. Personally, it's still a cool looking truck. But yes, onto these rims. The rims are 20-inch rims on the front here, 215 width with a 60 profile. Looking absolutely great. You can see the blue on the brake caliper just sticking through there, and these beautiful rims finished in white with the white wall tires. I don't normally do white walls very often. The exact same size at the back. Again, that's a 20-inch rim, 215 width, and a 60 profile on these. Looking absolutely great. Again, just wish that front was down a little bit more. In fact, the whole truck slammed down a little bit more, but the front just down a little bit further. And then we've got that engine. Although it did look great earlier in the sun, that top piece looks slightly bluer. So I just took the pictures as well. It looks slightly bluer in the pictures, but the engine block looks absolutely fantastic. Even here against that body, it looks great. Just that one looks a bit darker for some reason. This is a little darker. That just is what it is, the plastics of the box, but it still looks absolutely stunning. This truck is a beauty. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. It really does look fantastic. But let's jump in this one and see what this little Ford F-50 sounds like. Beautiful interior, very plain, simple and basic, but I like that. And then you've also got these off-white bits in the center, looking great, absolutely fantastic. But let's get it started, see what this little i6 engine sounds like. Nothing overly fancy with the tick over. It's got a little bit of a grumble just in the background you can hear, but let's give it some gas. Doesn't actually sound that bad at the top end. Quite pleased with that. Although we did miss out one of the performance parts on the engine today, let's still get it on the dyno and see what power it's got. Here we are then on the dyno with the Ford F-50 with its i6 engine, 164 horsepower from 1946. Have we added much today? No, not really. A gain of 28 horsepower, 17%. I know I didn't change the one engine head. I was expecting a little bit better than that, but still, we'll see how it can do. Bringing our total from 164 to 191 horsepower. Now, from a truck from 1946, that's actually pretty good. But let's go over to our gearbox setup and see what we've gone for this today. Nothing overly fancy. I'll be happy if this truck reaches 250 kilometers an hour. I don't even see it getting there personally. But 215 of a ratio, 416 for the ratio in first gear, up to 80 kilometers an hour. Nice little curve just coming out up to 343 apparently at the top end. I don't think it'll get there, but let's head over to the track and see if we can do like we did with the Dodge Charger and get a new speed aboard champion. It is highly doubtful though. Here we are then at the speed track with the 1946 Ford F-50 and its 191 horses from 1946. Let's go. Let's see what we can get out of this little truck then. Not too bad, first and second. All coming up towards the 150 kilometers. There it is. 200 kilometers an hour is our next goal. Can we make it there? Come on, little truck. You can do it. Just about. There's 200 kilometers an hour. Can we get to the 250? That is the figure I was saying I would like to. I'd be happy with 250. I don't know if it'll quite make it all the way down. Come on, little truck. 15 kilometers an hour to go. 10 to go. Can we beat 250 before running off the side or anything like that? Come on, we can do it. There it is. 251, 252. 252 kilometers an hour from the 1946 Ford F-50 that apparently almost rolled the entire width of both runways there. That was quite impressive. But anyway, not too bad. 252 kilometers an hour. Back to the garage. So there we have it from the Ford F-50, 252 kilometers an hour. Does pit this truck 102nd on the speed aboard. nowhere near the top 10. I never thought it was going to be. Not last, though. 102nd, definitely not last. A few places above it, so I'm quite pleased with that. What a beautiful truck this is. I really do like it. I don't know if there's any other variants of it. If not, I'm definitely going to be making one because I'd love to get this one slammed all the way down. Or maybe not all the way down, but a lot further down than it is now. But it does look pretty sweet. Excellent job by SaQSoN there. Link is in the description below. Go and grab this one for yourself. Have some fun. Make it look as cool, as funky. I mean, mine's just giving up major summer vibes. Again, it's another glorious hot day here in the UK. Just thinking about going to the beach and what car I'd like to rock up to the beach in. And this would be it. If not this, because this one would just jump around on the beach afterwards, and that would be a lot of fun. But this would be the one I'd like to rock up to the beach in, you know, surfboard in the back maybe, a few things like that. Looking pretty sweet. But we do have to jump into some facts and figures about this Ford F-50. Now, I bought it for $4,807 and was just over £1,000 shy of profit. Well, minus £1,000. You know, we wouldn't have made any money to sell it there and then. But I've since then spent $33,919 getting this truck to what it is today. Looking absolutely stunning, absolutely glorious. Very happy with it. Putting our total spend at $38,726. But the real question is can we make a profit from this beautiful truck? Let's find out. It is the standard edition. It is 306,000 kilometers. Not bad from a car from 1946. We squeezed a tiny little bit more, 17% more power out of that engine, up to 191 horsepower. Will we make a profit from it? We will make a profit from it. 56,138 is our sale price. Take away our 38,726 we spent on this one today. Leaves us with a profit of 17,412 from this stunning little truck. But we are definitely going to get this one sold today. It's time to say goodbye. Off you go, you beautiful little F-50. See you later. You will make someone very happy. What have we got up next? Let's head inside to find out. You already know. This is my version of the Bolt Cape Mark IV. Look at this little stunning Bolt Cape Mark IV, the Virtual Mechanic Edition. 242,500 kilometers on this one. We did get it from the auction house where we got a little bit ripped off, but not too bad. 16,682 is what I paid for this one. 2,401 is the money we will lose if we sold it there, but we're definitely not going to do that. We have got the V8 overhead valve 6P engine. This one is definitely staying in here. This is what we're going to be sticking with today. I believe, I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty confident we'll be leaving this one in here. I don't want to give too much away as to what I've done with this one. It's looking pretty cool. You can already see that I've got the engine swapped, but still have a hood scoop in there just for it to poke through enough. It's got some big old wheels on it, front and back, and it is almost on the ground, front and back as well. Looking pretty cool. The fuel tank's obviously in the trunk there. We're missing the trunk and obviously some tail lights along there as well. But it is looking pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one. I'm loving the designs I've seen on the Discord competition so far. This will be my entry. I have got a custom livery for it. I hope you guys enjoy it. You'll have to wait till next time to see that. And before we go, I just need to show you the updated speeder board with the Dodge Charger SRT8 DTM on there. I did say I'm going to keep both of these at number 9, but it is 9 and 10. You can see these two did hit the same speeds. They are tied. Obviously, one's just got a lot more horsepower than the other, which shows how good that Hot Wheels El Camino was, but that Dodge Charger was stunning. Definitely deserved to go above it. So, just a quick update on that. But yes, come and join us on Discord. This video obviously will not go live until Wednesday. Once you've watched today's video, you've still got a couple of days to get your own Bolt Cape Mark IV made. Get it uploaded into Discord. See if people prefer yours to the other ones that are up there. There are some good ones up there, I will admit. Or just come and join us. Get your vote in. Take part. See which one you like the best. The winner, obviously, there's no prizes. It is just for fun and keep us entertained. The biggest prize you probably get is ending up on my pinboard over here, which is absolutely nothing that major, but you'd also get a bit of recognition. There is a Hall of Fame page on the Discord server, so you will go in there along with Pi Newton and a TLG Ratonscu. They're both in there as well, or 3 winners. not Tonsu won it twice, but whoever next is going to go in there as well as on my board. But this is what I'll be working on next time. There are a few little extra bits I do want to show you, but I don't want to give anything away. You will have to tune in on Wednesday to see this one. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It has been a glorious here in the UK. I did go to the beach and had a lovely little time, but I'm hoping you're having a great time as well. That is the end of today's video. Do consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment if you did enjoy anything about today's episode, want to see me do or would have done differently, anything like that, let me know in a comment below. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.